It's another day in the shop, but we're jumping right into it because I'm fucking hyped for this one. So if you've talked to me at all recently about rear suspension, I've probably strayed you away from hydro bumps, or I've at least tried to. There's one main reason. When I go out, we're loaded out for a trip, we're in the desert, or we're in the mountains, whatever, and the truck's loaded down, so the up travel kind of sucks, and you're on a chattery road or washboard road, all you hear is the bumps chattering against the bump plate constantly. It sounds like you have bypasses, but you don't. So today, we're fixing that problem. So if I'm being honest, I really like having a quiet truck. I have a quiet factory exhaust, TRD Pro exhaust. I don't have bypasses because I didn't want all the noise on the street. These annoy the shit out of me most of the time. So these are coming off, and I'm going to show you exactly why. That's where Perry Parts is going to come into play in about 2 minutes, if I could get this off. So with these Fox 2.0 bumps, I'm going to give you, I'm assuming this is the part number right here, 820031 or 9830291. I know 99% of you are not going to have these specific bumps, but these are the ones I know for sure it works with. You could definitely check their site, what else they have. It's actually a pretty slick design. So you unbolt that, pull a screw out the back, and the Delrin pad comes out the bottom. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're Delrin. I'm not sure. We'll find out. So, while I must admit, these are probably insanely strong, and they've been working on all sorts of trucks for a very long time. These have got to be one of the coolest products to market in also a very long time. These are the Perry Parts Hydro Silencers. And from the way I understand it is there's air gaps in between a solid core, so there's a silent engagement and the air gaps take up a lot of the noise and kind of absorb the engagement so you don't hear as much of it. It transfers the load into the actual bump, which is what you want, rather than this is just rock hard. So I have 2 or 3 main concerns about a new product like this. Let's jump into it. So I've been very intrigued by this product when it came to market maybe a month or 2 ago, and I've been reading through comments a little bit, seeing what other people are saying, and I had a couple concerns myself. But a huge benefit of running hydro bumps is I set up this shock to bump out with like roughly a 1/4 inch of shock shaft showing, and before the bump stop is actually bottomed out. So at full bump, we have about a 1/4 inch of shock left. So some people were saying is like, is this bump going to compress? Is this bump going to absorb? Or is it solid? Just the air gap takes it up. So I kind of chucked it in a vise. This is like a really easy way to just like show this. Is I just chucked it in a vise a little bit to where they do compress a decent amount to the point where I can't get this Delrin bump in. And so I have it compressed down pretty good in the vise. I don't think you're going to gain or lose any travel from this. I think it's going to be pretty solid. And it's basically just a direct swap. And hopefully it's going to be a game changer because I cannot stand these hydro bumps on trips. Daily driving, that when the bed's empty, everything is golden. But when we're on trips, the truck's loaded down. I only have maybe 2 or 3 inches of up travel when the truck's fully loaded down. I just hear these things tapping all day and it annoys the shit out of me. So we're on the topic of height. They are a little bit taller. I'm not exactly sure, so I'm going to break out the calipers and we're going to go kind of see what we're at right now. We're going to change it to millimeters because I think that's the easiest for everybody. So this Delrin bump, let's see, is at 21 millimeters, almost exactly 2106. And the Perry Parts bump, I got to open it a little bit more. We're at 24 millimeters, and it's holding itself in there. It's pretty good. So you're roughly gaining 3 millimeters, but like I said earlier, they do compress enough. I'm sure it probably compresses a little bit more than 3 millimeters, but it's pretty close. And the actual slot where the bump goes into the bump can is almost identical. So the fit and finish is super solid. Let's throw them in. Alright, super easy install. Like I said, there's just that one through bolt that goes all the way through. I'm going to throw a little bit of Loctite inside this nut before I screw it on. At least for these Fox bumps. I'm sure all the other bumps are different, but it's not what we got today. On their site it says like 10-minute install. It's like, I'm sure that's true, but not if you're recording a video. Alright. So my other concern with these is because it's such a soft material, I'm really curious how it's going to hold up to, sorry, I don't want to over tighten this. I'm very curious how it's going to hold up to side loading, like when you're really flexed out. This truck spends probably 50% of its life in the dirt and 50% in the rocks. So, I'm very curious how it's going to be when you're flexed out. So if you want to stay tuned, probably in the next clip, I'm going to throw the other side on, and then let's go flex this out. Like, fully flex it out, see if there's any deflection, see if there's any twisting or anything. It shouldn't be. I mean, this is a pretty solid material, but I'm very excited for this. You guys have no idea. So I'm running back over to the toolbox. While I got you guys, let's go ahead and do a quick noise comparison. This is the Delrin bump off the Fox bump, and this is the Perry parts. So I have the mic right here, so it's like maybe a foot or two away. That's the regular factory Delrin bump. Doing the same exact motion. That was the Perry parts bump. So this side's in. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Bam. That side's in. I'm going to throw the other side on, and let's go flex this out. So I really hope you guys can see me right now just through the camera under the truck. But I'm doing the passenger side with the tire still on, just to show you that it's just as easy with the tire still on. It's literally a 2-minute install. So let's go flex it out. Alright, so I'm in the truck right now. If you've seen my Instagram at all, you've seen this wall. It's kind of like my little proving grounds where I come to mess with the truck after I've done a bunch of work. So I just got it in 4-wheel drive. Let's see if I can climb this wall and get it to fully flex out. Let's see what she does. I'm sure she really doesn't like this, but a little bit more. A little bit more do you good. Alright, there we go. Let's see what she looks like. Okay, I'm going to apologize in advance. You should see where I'm at. There's the tire, there's the frame, so I'm sneaked in here a little bit, and I knew it was going to be pretty dark, so I'm trying not to touch the exhaust. There's how she looks. Get a close-up on that. Looks pretty good. I mean, I'm going to try to get the light in there a little bit better. So far, it looks pretty good. I didn't hear it engage at all. This one's quite a bit of ways from it, but obviously this bumped out one is the one we're looking at. So yeah, looks pretty good. I'm probably gonna get in there with a different flashlight and take a look at it, see if it's deforming at all, but so far it looks really, really good. This is just for reference how the truck looks right now. I mean, it's tucked in there pretty good. That's a 37, so let's go around back. She's flexed out pretty good. I don't know if I'm using all of it. It's probably kind of close. So, yep. Let's close this video up. Boom. Another hot day in the shop knocked out. Another quick install. Moral of the story. These are good. These are great. Those are greater. Those are even greater than greater. They're awesome. So, I feel the need to say this because I do get messages a lot. I did not get sponsored or sent these. I paid for these with my own money. So, with that being said, I really look forward to buying their front bump stops, or like the full regular size Toyota Tacoma bump stops. But they're making some specifically for the JD Long Travel Kit. I want to get those on because I really want to go bomb through the desert and try these. Fully loaded on a trip. Maybe we'll got to do a quick shakedown trip, because at the end of May I do have a 4,000 mile road trip. So trying to get the truck all dialed. We did a lot recently if you've been watching. So that's going to wrap it up for today. I got to go edit this and post this. Today I'm actually going to post a video about installing bed stiffeners. So that got knocked out. That should do it for today. Peace. Like and subscribe. That'd be great. See you guys later.